two major types of spiral pipe connections. One's a coupler and one's a Duraflange ring. Today we're going to talk about Duraflange ring. If you have a shorter piece of pipe like this, the easiest way to put the ring in is to stand the pipe up and just slide the ring in. Then to fasten that ring, you're going to want to put screws in every 8 to 10 inches. You want to make sure you're pushing down on the ring as you shoot the screw in. And you want to make sure that the screw is between the top edge and 1.5 inches down. Now I've found that if I space my fingers about like that, I get about the right distance. Those screws. Sometimes you'll find the pipe will start to bubble up, as it is right there on the bottom. And if you find that starting to happen, you're going to want to stop short of that and start spreading that bubble out so that it's taking up several spaces between the screws. Okay, when dealing with longer pipe, there's two ways you can do it. The first way is you just tip the top of the ring in to the top of the pipe, and you lift up and kind of tap the ring in. Sometimes that doesn't work, the pipe will start sliding, or perhaps the pipe and the ring are really tight and you can't get it without using your hammer or something. In that situation, you can maybe find yourself a piece of dunnage like this. Set the pipe up on the dunnage, go in reverse at this point. Whichever way is the easiest for you. Now we're going to show you how to glue it. You get a big gob, you want to push it behind that lip and then smooth it out. Good idea to poke your head in there a little bit if the pipe is big enough to make sure if there's any that you're getting it under there good. Next we're going to be talking about gasket. There's two kinds of gasket. There's butyl, which is like a gray gummy kind, and then there's neoprene, which is this foam rubber. And you just peel it off. Now, proper placement, you want to be toward the inside edge, but not on the inside edge. So split the difference of the center just a little bit to the inside. You don't want to spend a ton of time putting it on, but try and get it pretty even around. Get to the other end, you're going to want a knife of some sort. Make sure you're cutting it tight to the other one. I always cut a little bit past it because it's foam and it kind of pushes together. Okay, next thing we're going to show you is how to connect two pipes with the Duraflange rings together. You're going to need a pair of vice grips. I like to use two. You'll be in the air usually, so this is going to take two people. You're going to have to communicate. Make sure that the two rings line up pretty evenly. Screw to use, the Duraflange is number 10s. They're a 5/16 screw. Say you're having a problem with the rings lining up, kind of like right here. Actually, this side's lower than that side. You can try and use your grips. I like to use channel locks. And you hook them and you pull up. You can see how I can pull that side higher. There we would have a finished connection. Now let's talk about why we use Duraflange. So it's most important to use with bigger pipe. Some jobs call for it with all the pipe down to a certain size. Could be as small as 8 inch, I believe. But the purpose for the Duraflange is to give it more rigidity and more strength, especially as you grow in size like this. This is a 34-inch pipe. Trying to put couplers in this and put it up, it would be really hard. It tends to ovalize on the end, and even after you've got the coupler in, it still flexes like this does now. Because the small bead in the couplers are only being given it the rigidity. So this is just a stronger joint. I weigh about 220. And I can't push this down. So good solid joint.